Madrid, ¿estáis preparados? Vuestros finalistas ya están aquí. LEC Esports y Movistar Coin. El mejor equipo de la historia de Europa. El mejor equipo de la historia de nuestra región. Ruido para G2 Esports.
I prefer G2's comp just a little bit more. The main reason being, a lot of Koi's damage portfolio is in their mid and AD carry. Whereas if you contrast that to G2, now of course we here at the LEC love to inform our viewers through statistics. Isn't that right, Drake?
That is
so
true.
Let's have a quick look at some of the all-time head-to-head history between these two teams, including the Mad Lions organization. You can see that the head-to-head all-time in terms of series is somewhat one-sided.
Yes.
But so far this year,
hold that thought. Level 2 all in. This is the classic of the matchup. They're going to fist fight for first blood for JoJo.
JoJo flashing over the Q damage and sets up to draw first blood in this series.
I was not expecting them to fist fight at level 3. These grubs should be an easy contest, but look in mid lane. Elyoya threatening a play on the Caps.
Keep in mind, G2 don't have any vision in that brush. You saw missing pings when JoJo Pune stepped up. They weren't quite sure where he had went, and they don't have information on Elyoya. Caps has to be careful, but there's Elyoya immediately flashing out. Stun is not going to connect. Nice backstep by JoJo. Caps now running him down. Ulti from Elyoya is a bit of a root, but they don't really have the damage to finish. Caps playing with confidence. Koi can't punish.
Caps pushes them both back. JoJo, again, with fantastic mechanics, steps away from the ultimate of Caps to avoid getting rooted up. Caps thinks that he actually has kill threat onto JoJo, so he's forced to retreat. And Elyoya flashing with the initial engage means that he's forced out of the fight as well. The bot lane of Koi, though, don't want to give this up completely uncontested. They know that TP from Ryze is back in the action. Caps start moving into the bot river. Skumond is in the area as well. Looks like G2's not going to give this one up without a fight.
Supa has access to the flash. Albro maybe starting to retreat, but the hook didn't quite connect on the wall. Elyoya throwing his ulti down, but at most you can hope for a 50-50. Cassio blocking the pass. Thank you for the leash, says G2, and now they want to keep the fight going. Knock from LeBron is there. He's going to be able to dash out just in the nick of the time. Elyoya, however, is not. The pullback on the feathers is perfect. Caps finding the stun on JoJo, who couldn't click fast enough. Fast flash coming out from Caps and Koi. Now retreating. Kled on the way. Rumwarp's not taking anybody out. G2, it's at the end of the day, not a lot of people die, but they get the objective. They walk away. They get the kill on Elyoya. They're feeling pretty good.
Able to chase them down, but Koi able to step away. You can see there, Hansama on the bottom of your screen in a fantastic position as well, Brock.
Root is there. JoJo been taking a lot of damage. The exhaust coming in just in time. The counter exhaust coming up. But the redemption! LeBron! Oh, the item just seems to match the moment perfectly as he's ticking this one off well, but Supa untouched for now. Hansama tries to backstep, but he doesn't quite have the damage to finish with the feathers. Supa, one more auto, will not get it done. LeBron standing. Down goes Hansama, but it's 3 dead for the side of Koi.
This game went from 0 to 90 just like that. The fisticuffs are flying.
Skumond walks away with a kill, and G2 lead with a 1.3k gold lead.
G2 now on the Herald as well. Icing on the cake after a pretty dominant fight. 2-4 the kill score. 1k gold lead in their favor. Elyoya trying to get something started on the bottom side. Broken Blade demounting, but with no one else there to do damage. He's taking his time. Stacking that Fury. Gromp body blocking a bit there as Mirwin maybe going to look for an angle, but he remounts, walks away. He's just unconcerned. Now it's JoJo who's in trouble. Cyclone coming down. LeBron looking for the chase forward, but Albro there to cover. Hook does connect on his Skumond. Knock up now onto LeBron. He's going to try to back away as JoJo's laying down a bit of damage with the clone and a quick retreat.
But the Caps has already got that turret in the top side thanks to the Rift Herald, so they're just going to try for a little bit more. JoJo needs to be careful. Knocked up, but I don't think G2 want to follow.
Threatening a dive onto Hansama, but Hans is going to respect it. Alvaro gets knocked up.
Supa. 3 autos. Stacking up the cultivation of Spirit. And now it might be Caps who's overstayed. Ulti only connecting on JoJo. He's trying to burst down one before he gets taken out, but no, it's just Caps. Isolated on the top side, sticking around a bit too long.
Spotted on a ward. He wanted to try and set up a trap on the Supa, but Supa had full information of it.
Basically front to back in the manner that they want.
Caps off to the side. Ulti coming in from Broken Blade. Supa backstepping, immediately ulting to make sure he has the extended dash. The TP back in. Skumond using the clone well, but it's Elyoya off to the side, focusing down Broken Blade. Full Q channel, lands onto Caps. Not too much damage. Mirwin now going to follow. Caps forced to flash out to safety. Excellent play coming in from Zuba thus far. Auto's connecting. LeBron going to look to peel. And Skumon goes in. The turn back from G2. Caps still standing. The Cassier ready to take this fight over because Alvaro is done and dusted. Barely living for an extra moment, but the monkey gets the job done. Jojo Pune sprinting, running for his life. But G2 in the meantime in the mid lane are still making the fight work as Jojo Pune's got nowhere left to go. The auto hits the ward, not the blast cone, but Mirwin manages to take one back.
Chaos ensues in the mid lane as everything goes crazy. It's G2 that just barely comes out ahead in the fight, as it was a fight on two fronts. You've got Jojo attacking the flank of Broken Blade as Mirwin goes in for a skirmish with the carries of G2. Caps looked like that he was out of the fight right from the start, but somehow G2 find a way back into the fight. Broken Blade coming in from the flank. Jojo is spotted on those wards, trying to navigate through the fog of war best he can. This Otacon is melting though, and Koi, the ulti from Elyoya comes out.
From Elyoya. Lebrov isolated off to the side, but the Otacon is already gone. Koi feel like they have to push for more. Supa already using the Transcend. But they don't get much. The ulti doesn't push them away. They're a bit too late to the play. Now they're trying to make something happen around Broken Blade, but the Otacon's already gone. G2 happy with this.
G2 played the map perfectly there. They set up BB in the mid lane, so then they can actually make a pressure point there that Mirwin has to contest. Otherwise, he leaves BB on that flank for the likes of his carries. So G2 end up in position.
Phase Rush going to keep him standing. A risky proposition. That bit of vision. G2 continuing the pressure, pushing onto this tier 2. Mirwin waiting off to the side, but Elyoya with no ulti means that G2 just aren't that concerned.
I mean, this has been a massive swing in the game state, because while the gold doesn't look dramatically different, G2 have opened up that tower in the bot lane, making it easier for them to put pressure on the side lane. Securing all of those petals as well gives you a huge influx of stats. They're looking for a play on Jojo.
Fast play onto Jojo, immediate knockup. There's just nothing that he can do.
Skumond and Lebrov, once again, the team up that G2 fans have been looking for all year is coming into full effect here in the finals. And I mean, beautiful execution from the jungle support duo.
And we saw this in the upper bracket. This was part of the reason that G2 were able to win that first game, as now they try to retreat, is those fast plays, catching Koi when they think they have a turn.
Supa going to pick up a tower for himself. But of course, while Skumon and Lebrov have been setting up a lot of the plays for G2, right now it's all about Hans Sama, the key carry for the team. 2 items completed. I don't know if he's actually had an opportunity to base yet. I imagine he's sitting on a lot of gold.
Not since we saw the recall
started off. I don't think G2 feels confident enough to force this. Instead, they'll turn their attention towards the mid-tier 1.
That is the Realm Warp gone. G2 now setting up position around the Baron. They have Cassio, essentially non-existent.
And G2 didn't invest any. They were just happy to send Lebrov in, knew he had the dash away, cleanse to make sure even if he got locked up, he could escape off the back of it. And now G2 looking to set up.
Looking to turn back onto Mirwin. Supa for now in a decent position to do damage, but has to respect the potential for Lebrov to just force the fight. Skumon going in, immediately going to get exhausted. Mirwin going into zombie form. Hansama isolated with Supa off to the side. They managed to zone him out of the fight. G2 with a quick 2 kills as they set their sights on Baron.
Just like that, G2 find the picks, and they'll get the Baron off the back of it. That might have just blown this game open for G2 entirely.
Hans Sama just goes God mode. He uses all of the resources that he's been given to full effect, and he melts through the front line. Mirwin doesn't stand a chance. The Baron now secured. G2 with full control over game 1.
One more out for Jojo, but is it going to take him far enough? As Skumon is on the chase with the red buff. Lebrov here as well. Klez coming in too. Jojo, no room to play. No defensive item to save him or keep him standing. G2 grab another pick and continue to extend that lead.
It's still a bit of a bluff from G2. Look at where the other members were. They weren't in a position to try and follow up. So now you get that ultimate out from Mirwin, making him significantly less threatening. And G2, using this Canyon minion, will continue the siege on towards the mid-turret.
That they will. Lebrov looking to cancel a couple recalls. Tier 2's expected to fall when you have this Baron this early, but G2's gold lead, again, we felt like they had a lead at 1K. They had more control over the game at 2K and an Otacon. Now they're at 9K. This lead feels nigh insurmountable, but there's the engage coming from Elyoya. Alvaro waiting off to the side, rooted, grounded, can't get anything going. Supa trying to find those auto attacks, but again, cannot walk into that miasma. MKoi hold the line. They have the redemption, but they can't approach the double cannon minions. It's a slow siege from G2, but they will break open the base of MKoi.
The bot lane as well. The siege is continuing from Broken Blade. He has a wave that Mirwin is trying to stop, but now the rest of G2 have come to assist. Another tower is in their eyes.
Pull back from Broken Blade is good. D-Mount starts hitting the tower for a little bit of extra courage. Caps continuing to poke and prod. A reset now coming in from Broken Blade. Does not have access to the TP. Potentially an opportunity for MKOI to force a favorable fight. BB does have access to the ultimate, however, so they have to be careful about over-forcing.
I think G2 are just trying to keep MKOI in their base 20 seconds until that dragon, and then they can fall back and take it just as that Baron buff falls off as well. So G2.
We've said it so many times, we have to say it again. 100% kill participation for both of them. They are the driving force behind this G2 win. They are not the rookie passengers of a veteran lineup. They are the ones making these plays happen.
Absolutely, and Hansama doing exactly what you need your AD carry to do. He is dishing out some serious damage, and MKOI is very limited on their options now. GA is going to be completed for Skumon. Jojo testing his limits a bit on the side lane. He's going to be forced to back away.
G2 still know that Supa, if left uncontested, can take over a fight, so they're giving MKOI that respect.
The early cleanse from Alvaro. Oh, hang on. Ulti going to be forced out from Mir when he's forced back. I mean, it feels like that MKOI have little that they can do. They're going to have to go for a Hail Mary play soon. The Maokai ultimate is up in a few seconds.
Herded back into the base. Platform from JoJP wants to get a bit more damage down, but Hansama is the one they need to worry about. Goes right back up into the sky. Will feel fine about that as they wrap around the Nexus to find the kills onto MKOI. Supa, though, the exhaust starting to fade away and still in a good position with the ulti, but it's Caps, the other carry that he has to keep his eye on. It feels impossible for them to play this. They can't retreat to their base because Hansama is the bouncer to their own damn fountain in game one. G2 took advantage, kept on pushing, and found first blood in the LEC Summer Finals.
It was slow until it really wasn't. G2.
And the Civi is going to be the final lock-in. So we look at their damage portfolio, and I will say G2's damage overall relatively low. Very heavy emphasis on this Civi to get ahead. They really need to funnel these resources into Hans. Take stock of XP though, because normally one of the advantages of doing this is sometimes AD carries can get a bit of an XP advantage because they find themselves solo early. As we see another nice trade coming out from Caps. Oh, now Elioya.
Flash forward. 1, 2, waiting for 3, dash in 3, that's the win becomes lightning. Caps now in trouble as Alvaro chases. Justice Punch not going to save him. They're donating the kill over to JoJo. First blood picked up once again.
Great timing from MKOI there. Caps going for the aggressive trade, thinking that JoJo.
The game plan from MKOI is clear. You called it out. If these carries get ahead, they're feeling good. And in this case, it's JoJo Pune. Elioya spending his time just to make sure that JoJo can pick up those last little bits of farm. Remember, he did already burn that TP. Skumon, though, recognizes this as a window of opportunity to lock down that early Drake. And thus far in the series, Labrov and Alvaro matching each other in almost every play. Labrov is going to have to crash down out of that one as Hansama was first on the collapse. First to move, but Hansama ready to match as well. So a lot of posturing around the red, but neither side wants to fully commit. Skumon waiting over the wall. Can flag and drag. Alvaro looking to retreat. Flash in from Labrov. Ulti coming in from Caps. Well layered. No, you're now caught in the midst of the fight, but they don't quite have the damage to finish it. JoJo standing off on the side, but here comes Hansama. Right in time to find these kills. Yo sprinting, running for dear life, but he is stunned, locked down, and sent packing.
Movistar Koi thought they had the support of Supa to come across, but it's actually Hansama who gets first to the play, and G2 turn the invade around.
Labrov. This man is showing up today. What a fantastic engage to set up for G2 to find a beautiful fight. The grubs have been started by G2, but I don't think they feel confident enough to secure it. Already, JoJo and Elioya get back out onto the map.
We're back to live, and boy, grubs contested.
2v3 on the top side, Supa immediately in a ghost. Labrov in trouble, only level 5 likely to fall. Supa happy to have the extra gold. The Ultra Shock laser over the wall, Labrov retreating to Hansama, but Hansama cannot keep him standing. Good sidesteps, but the movement not clean enough to stop the kill from going over. 2 grubs already down for MKOI, and they will lock down the third.
An ambitious contest from G2.
As again, Alvaro and Labrov, both have been matching each other the entire series thus far. It was Labrov in game 1, playing like an absolute demon, of course, that made it easy for Hansama. A similar story to what we're seeing now, to really take over in so many of those fights. MKOI trying to hold on in the mid lane. We know what JoJo can do as we get later, but I feel like Labrov is not done yet. Play over the wall, knock back into the top. The follow-up is here, right on time. The shockwave, not enough. The exhaust back to the tower. Caps has to flash out to safety, but it's just not nearly enough to get the kill.
The last time these two teams faced off, Labrov flashed underneath the tower and was outplayed by JoJo.
Instant reaction. Elioya now trying to follow up on his Skumon. Skumon forced to flash backwards, but again, they don't really have the damage to convert here.
But I think G2 walk away happy. They find the pick that they were looking for. Labrov continues to be proactive on the map.
But you see the TP coming back in from Broken Blade, so there is a moment where G2 could look to fight this objective, especially with Jojo now down to half HP. With Caps on the top side and a lot of pressure from MKOI up there, it looks like MKOI are the ones who don't want to try and contest.
Credit to G2, they are sacrificing pressure on the top side, but Hansama able to push out mid first. Uncertainty as to where Labrov is stops Jojo Pune from pushing too far forward, and Broken Blade, similar to last game, is just this infinite pressure point. The Rek'Sai is so obnoxious. You can't bully him out of lane. The sustain just eventually whittles down Myrwn and forces him to respect the push that's coming out.
Overall, early game going away that G2 is happy with. Hans has to be careful here, though. He has the spell shield ready for a shockwave from Jojo. Elyoya was in the shadows waiting, clears out the vision, and our observer's highlighting for us now. And right now, Koi's just trying to buy time. We know that they've got good scaling on their side. Labrov caught out in the river.
Playing with fire here. They are going to force the flash out. He held onto his ultimate, though, so this might be a little bit over-eager from the side of Koi. Apparently not. Supa. Gigantic chunk of damage there coming in from the passive.
Labrov has been playing so confident in the river, but MKOI finally called the bluff, and now Caps out of position.
Alvaro ready to go over the wall. Instant shockwave to kick the fight off. Caps desperately trying to retreat. Justice punch, and he's now looking to retreat. Alvaro, they didn't anticipate the backstep from the punch. Skewmont goes over the wall with Alvaro and finds another one back. It might be a disaster pursuit, but look at the follow-up. Hansama on the way in. Knock up there. Caps cannot find a quick escape, and it's another kill. Donated to Zeri. Hand-delivered. Super waiting over the wall. The Ultra Shock laser, but Hansama continues the chase on Elyoya. It's an extended fight, but Skewmont once again looking to re-enter the fight. Hansama running. Elyoya gets another one, but Skewmont manages to fire back to Thunder Sky, keeping Elyoya healthy, but probably not healthy enough as Skewmont waiting for his cooldowns, ready to flag and drag in a little bit extra healing. The knock up there, holding on for so damn long, but he can't sidestep everything, and it's a fist to the face from Labrov to lock him down.
The gloves are off. These teams are getting down and dirty in the jungle as fists are being thrown. G2 want to start this Herald off, and it looks like they're thinking about it. Hans did use his ultimate in that last exchange. Alvaro just completed the redemption, and the rest of MKOI returning back onto the map, but Jojo TPing bot lane signals that Koi not interested in contesting this objective. Instead, they'll turn their attention towards the Dragon spawning in 35. And unsurprisingly, Broken Blade, is he out of position?
Running.
I don't think
the tunnel still. It's hard to be out of position.
Tank Rek'Sai is quite durable, one could say.
And could potentially take over a fight of this Dragon.
Okay. Dang. There's our very own sexy saxman in the audience.
So we've got Trumpet Guy versus Saxman.
MKOI Trumpets versus G2 Saxophone. Battle of the Brass, baby. Also, battle of this third Drake. MKOI with the better setup, but G2 with the mid lane prio. Courtesy of that Herald, Jojo Pune caught out, isolated in the Cataclysm, and here comes Caps trying to get the job done. Redemption for a bit extra healing, keeps Jojo standing for an extra second, and Supa off to the side. The immediate turn from G2. They recognize one target's almost down. They want to go to the next. Jojo lives for far too long. The sidestep, turns still alive. He forces the flash out from Skewmont. The chase down on the Caps is coming through now. It's Myrwn versus the world. Hansama isolated. All out goes Myrwn. The taunt might be enough for the flash through. The Q, the portal, keeps them standing. Myrwn wants to get one more kill on the Broken Blade, but in the meantime, Alvaro must back off. G2 with the kill advantage thus far. Broken Blade in the midst of two, wants to turn it back. Pullback coming in on the Q3. Broken Blade can't quite go back into the tunnel, or yes, he can. Dash forward from Elyoya, wants to finish the kill. Knockup comes through, a bit of extra healing, a grass proc, but Elyoya's gonna get the job done. G2 on the way out. It's a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath with the Dragon.
1.5 items though, put him in an awkward spot for this fight. Does have the gold lead, but seems hasn't quite found a good position to recall yet. Likely the expense of the IE also delaying that second item completion. Skewmont caught out. Caps now starting to move his way down. Initial damage coming through to Skewmont is good, and they managed to take the jungler down. Shutdown is crucial for Jojo. Otacon is up. MKOI, what's the call?
Nice chain CC comes through from Koi as they punish the positioning of Skewmont. The fact that Jojo...
The G2 are going to have to work their way through to stop Jojo from contributing to these fights.
If I'm MKOI though, this is what I was talking about, where you split the map as G2 and you go and play for Otacon. I think they need to basically send Elyoya to just solo Dragon here, and the rest of MKOI need to try and contest on towards this Otacon take.
Can be a bit tricky though. Jojo's isolated in the bot lane 1v1, and Broken Blade has the necessary knockup to stop any potential TP. Elyoya also takes a damn long time to finish this objective. So we pan back and forth. Jojo Pune trying to delete those tunnels, but G2 are still on this Otacon. MKOI aware, but it seems like they feel they have to get something else on the map instead. Redemption coming into the mid lane. Alvaro ready to make a play. Dragon now finally down. Mid lane tower down as well. Otacon will finally fall in the favor of G2, but MKOI happy to trade 2 towers for the Otacon. Overall, Otacon worth 2 to 3k gold in terms of stats, so not the worst trade. Definitely not ideal to give it up. Jojapune trying to hold it down on the top side of the map. Doesn't have a tower to protect him, but he does have a support as Alvaro's hovering in the darkness.
Oh, TP flank coming in.
G2 looking to collapse in the side lane. Lebrov kicking things off, but he didn't quite know Alvaro is in the area. Exhaust there. Broken Blade looking to fall, but Jojapune's already on the way out. Elyoya in the meantime fighting the 2v1. A lot of damage going down into Alvaro, but an instant combo to come through. Super with an ulti to follow. Skewmon waiting over the wall, but the fight's already done. Broken Blade goes down, comes right back up. Wants nothing to do with this one, but it's Super sliding and gliding over the wall and a double kill for Jose Pune himself.
A beautiful 3-man shockwave comes through from Jojo as he turns the fight on its head. G2's lack of damage were as clear as day right there as their trap falls apart. Koi find 3 kills, and just like that, they have full control over game 2.
That they do. The retreat now on the top side. It looks like G2, they want to go for broke. If at first you don't succeed, try again. They're falling behind. They know they'll lose control over the objective, so they want to make another play happen. Super isolated. Don't want to let him get to the wall, but Elyoya is there to cover, to try to protect. Skewmon now going to flash in. Interrupt tries to come through Elyoya, but that's the shutdown. That might be enough. Mirwan waiting off to the side. Wants to get on top of Hansama. Has a bit extra range, and it's Alvaro to handle her, but Caps is coming in with the knockup to keep his 80 carry standing. Hansama holding on for dear life, and it's G2 in the rinse and repeat in round 2 who find the fight advantage.
How the hell did G2 just find it back? MKOI looked like they were about to take everything, but G2 with the teleports will get the picks and the Baron to boot. Hopefully get some control on the map and maybe use that to fish for picks, because again, I think if MKOI just step up in a 5v5, they should have a decent spot, but you can see here, they just don't have the control over the map to force their way in towards the Dragon, so it will be G2 picking up the third.
I will say, Skewmon, we know that in these clutch situations, he can be the man for Koi. Alvaro right now working very closely alongside him to make sure that he is safe. They're contesting this vision.
Ulti immediately trying to force more out from Super. They get the flash, but Lebrov is already ready to go to the wall, and down goes Super! What?
G2 were baiting it for so long. They managed to find the pick, and MKOI, that's disaster.
We saw it in game 1, we see it again. G2 punishing MKOI when they try to reclaim vision. G2 now fully descending into the base. They might not even need to wait for the soul to spawn. Mirwan looking for the pushback. Interrupt coming in from Caps, trying to keep Skewmon standing. It'll at least be 1 inhibitor down. 1 minute till the Baron, and they've got perfect setup now on the top side.
It's just Super kind of falling into that trap when he didn't need to.
MKOI posturing around the bottom side of the map. Of course, the luxury of G2 securing 3 Drakes is they can threaten the soul and the Baron. 30 seconds still on that Drake. MKOI moving in. Blue trinket reveals it. Lebrov, a massive flank.
Oh, the ward just died.
Around the corner. The ward goes down. They finally see Lebrov. It might be too late, but G2 turn off the objective. They're not sure. It's a bit of a split decision. They turn right back onto the Baron. 1K getting lower. G2 have taken the objective. They've taken the Baron. They're second of the game. And MKOI now retreated. Lebrov trying to herd them down, find the angle for the multi-man knockup. Exhaust goes in onto Caps. Skewmon kicks the fight off. Elyoya standing. Zuba off to the backside for now untouched. Lebrov trying to find the angle, but Jojapune cleverly slows him, stops the initial approach.
Lebrov alone is just putting so much pressure on the Koi, they can't make a decision.
Mirwan unstoppable now. Q3 ready to go. Footwork keeping him steady as Hansama now opening up, doing a decent bit of damage. Jojapune off to the side, isolating Lebrov. That's the ulti down. Exhaust on a Jojapune as well. The double knockup. Do they have the damage to finish this? Orianna flash over the wall. Skewmon now looking to follow. Jojapune ready with the sidestep. The flag, the Dragon's not going to connect. In the meantime, the Dragon is going down at soul point, but G2, if they find this kill, and they will, are in a good position in the bottom side.
Mirwan killed Caps in the mid lane though, so you're still getting those trades back and forth as everyone on G2 is focused. Honestly, MKOI, Dragon, match a kill.
Elyoya waiting in the darkness, but G2 are as well. Supa has to be careful not to step too far forward. Skewmon and Lebrov also on the way in. Decent damage now onto Mirwan. TP coming through as well. Jojapune about to come to the party. Lebrov, will he go over the wall as well? Elyoya trying to burn down Caps. TP response coming in from G2. Broken Blade on the way in. Alvaro's again goes completely wide. And it's Hansama isolated with Jojapune. The shockwave is not going to connect. It's Hansama! Solo taking out Jojo! Solo diving the backline! Winning the fight for G2!
G2 find the plays that they need in the side lanes, and they pick off MKOI to bring the game back from the brink.
Beautiful positioning from Hansama to clean up the fight, to do the damage, and to put G2 on match point.
And Hansama might just be him. G2 keeping the pressure up. Last lonely stand as he will fall as well. The GA buying him but a brief moment. It is match point in Madrid for G2 Esports.
Questions of confidence are quickly being answered. Skumond with a 9-1-10 Jarvan game.
And you can see how surprised Super is, right?
Yeah.
He is right at the start of the clip, and he's just not prepared for the TP behind at all. And I feel like that's the type of stuff that normally an MKOI would be thinking about. You're staying for that tier 2.
And no longer is the front line long range.
He's locked that in.
Okay. We're committing it to top, yes?
Yes, it definitely will be top.
Please?
Yeah.
What? Okay, good. All right, I was just a moment of doubt. I've seen a little bit of damage back onto Skumond. Sky Splitter, a really long cooldown, but it's going to hit Albro at the very least. A little extra damage coming in from Lebrov. A few more autos. Absolute fist fight. We're 2:18 in. It's the 2v2 battle for this red buff. Elyoyo buying a bit more time for his smite. Skumond is available, but he's only level 1. If he misses this smite, it'll be a disaster. Super and Hansama on the way as well. Sky Splitter means Skumond manages to grab the red buff, and that means Elyoyo is probably just a dead man walking. First blood. Absolute disaster. 2 minutes in.
It's game 3. MKOI needed to win, and they've just given across 2 kills to G2.
Was not here we go.
Okay.
So we know that Albro
we
wanted
remember.
to interrupt the base, but I mean, this is so disrespectful in the face of Lebrov. We know that he's going to have the root coming back up. There it is. Jojo in this situation says, okay, I've got to try and at the very least get 1 for 1. The stun comes through, does end up trading 1 for 1, but the wave is now in an awkward spot. The dragon is secure.
Can do some damage if she can get some items, but not ideal for G2. They would have loved some of that gold to go towards Caps in that mid lane.
I mean, the any % redemption speed run is a thing to watch, but I thought we were in the LEC finals. Now Skumond might be forced back. Nice knock back to the wall. Good follow-up CC there. Jojo Pyun going to try to finish the kill. Skumond just got nowhere to go. He's too damn squishy. Jojo Pyun grabs that one.
These are the type of punishes that Koi need to find, and it's great that that kill does go over to Jojo. I feel like as a player in this series, he's been doing his absolute best in every single situation. He's been playing very well.
Still a lot of time to that flash available, but G2 leveraging the mid prio. This is why they put Hansama back in the mid lane. Easy to keep that push going, but Jojo Pyun now coming in. Elyoyo ready to go through the wall if necessary. 2 grubs already down. Broken Blade in the area. They have to be careful. The angle for Broken Blade's ulti could be devastating. Super free firing. 1 more auto to proc the plasma. Broken Blade walking away. The grit now starting to fade as well, but G2 again, they got 2. They're walking away. They don't want to commit too much more.
I wasn't sure how much MKOI wanted to commit to that. Jojo looked like he was in a decent spot for the shuffle, but not wanting to commit when there were still flashes available on Hansama and wouldn't get onto some of these key targets. Still, G2 keeping the gold lead and starting to keep these objectives in their favor.
Still in a decent position, even if they find themselves at a gold deficit for now. Elyoyo on the flank.
Thinks he has the isolated 1v1 90 caliber net, though. Takes him out as well as the Ghost, and now he just continues to step up. Wall set down. Super going to get on the right side of it. It's Elyoyo who now has to be careful. Level 7. Will his ulti come out? The flash, the sidestep flash coming out as well. The root now locked down. The trap to come through. Hansama grabs it.
And it's an easy pickup for G2 as they punish the gank from Elyoyo. They get the flash out from him as well. Nice collapse comes through from Caps as he sets up the play on the bot side, and this is exactly what you need to be doing on this Taliyah.
And this is exactly what you need to be doing into the pick of a Kai'Sa.
The fact that now that early kill has come through, the plate's being funneled into Hansama as well. He's built up about a 600 gold lead. Remember, a lot of the gold lead that G2 had, Dagda mentioned it earlier, it's sitting on the support.
It is true.
So I don't think it's all doom and gloom just yet for Koi. I think that they still have solid side lane threats thanks to both Jojo on the Azir and Mirwin on this Yorick. The Drake situation isn't ideal, though, as so far in this series, the first dragon has come quite late. Oh, that's redemption as well, through the barrier.
Trying to snipe. Flash in. There's just no getting away from the Volibear. He's going to ult, but Skumond also has access to his own ultimate. Can just go right under the tower. Does he want to risk it? The answer is no. They've delayed the reset. Very likely that Hansama can at least get another plate.
Exactly. I think it might even be the towers out now, because able to escape away from that one, but G2 putting the hurt on this bottom side, and Hansama is picking up plate after plate. He's eating good. And this is where the resets come through. Hansama, Yuntal is now completed, going to enter up to mid, but hold on.
Albro gets hit by the flick. Threaded volley continues to come out. Oh, the big one. The extra large rock to finish the kill. G2 again just keeping this pressure up. Jojo Pyun doing what he can, but it's just not enough.
An uncharacteristic performance from Alvaro. We've seen him getting caught out
There are shutdowns, or at least one shutdown. And it's on Lebrov. Not where you necessarily expect to see it, but again, a potential 300 extra gold for MKOI to help shift things back in their favor. Jojo still feeling confident in the 1v1, but a nice flick from Caps might change that. Skimon on the way in as well. Alti coming in, the ace in the hole, decent damage, and Caps is now on the chase. Redemption coming out as well, and down goes Jojo Pune, and that's, I guess, why you give money to the Karma.
Pick after pick. Caps is definitely waking up here in game 3. And the way this game is going, they're looking to clean sweep this summer finals.
And it's only getting harder. We talked about those glimmers of hope. Hey, you've been able to get some CS into Supa, but they're just getting further and further apart. The lead that Jojo Pune had held on to for so long is now finally gone entirely.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult for MKOI to try and stop it, as Jojo going to get chased down now.
Jojo setting up the tower. Showstopper comes out. Jojo Pune caught out. Flashback. It's a nice look at a little escape. Sidestepped on the threaded volley. It's just not enough.
And G2 are playing both sides of the map. They get the play on top. Dragon being taken by Skewmond, and Lebrov is pushing MKOI off of mid. Everything is going sideways.
A little bit of damage down onto him as Skewmond starts Drake in their face. G2 are just disgustingly far ahead. It might come down to a 50-50, however.
No, Miran's TP'd away. MKOI want nothing to do with this. It's going to be the third Dragon gone to G2, and that'll be that.
That it will. Despair starts to set in. MKOI, again, they need to rally. They need time in this game that they might not have.
They need to find some sort of miracle, but Skewmond's not going to give them the chance.
MKOI until today, it's been undefeated in Madrid when it came to series, but that miracle went to Fnatic, and now it's the Kings of Madrid that are maybe happen to opt out of the throne and give it back to G2, who have ran it for so long.
Such a good LEC caster. You managed to sneak Kings in a way that didn't start with G2. Well done, well done, well done.
Thank you. I've been
We'll add
the
bonus. Get a legacy and dynasty in there. But it's a damn good point, right? We thought that this would be the thing that galvanized them playing in Madrid. That felt like the moment where the story changed for MKOI. No longer an outsider looking in on the top 4, but the best team in the league.
And G2 are at the precipice of getting themselves a 3-0 clean sweep against KOI. And KOI, they're going to have to demonstrate their tenacity once more. They've showed it before. They've showed us what they're capable of. And I turn my attention to that man in the mid lane, Jojo. Supa with some nice trades.
Root coming out. Alvaro doing his best to be, but Skewmond just goes right in there. Supa now running for his life. Skewmond has overstayed. So we'll start to retreat. MKOI holding on for now. That he has not. They did get through the Sky Splitter shield, though, and that is a start.
But they're going to need quite a few more items. They need to buy time. The thing is, G2 don't need to give it to them. They're setting up around the Artican. You'll notice Caps already rotating towards the mid lane. Broken Blade looking for Jojo.
Forced to flash back. Zoya was ready with the ult. The Sun Disc helping MKOI take a bit more control here. Bounty available on the Artican if they can steal it. Miran walking down, but he has been spotted. Good vision from G2. Hansama trapping the pit, and MKOI trying to find a way to fight along the bottom lane. Caps now going in, kicking off the fight. Supa waiting over the wall, but he doesn't have a good angle in. Skewmond relatively untouched. Jojo Pune instantly retreating, as is Eliolia. All of MKOI in free fall. Reset on the Otacon, but not quite. It's still only 7K. MKOI don't have a way back in. It's likely just going to G2.
The zone control with the traps, the Taliyah wall, Lebrov on the Karma with the poke. It feels so difficult for KOI to really gain any space around the objective. They're chipped apart before they can even get close. The objective falls, and G2 are just running the rift here at match point.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets.
Here we go, Eliolia.
Eliolia. Bit of a catch here onto Broken Blade. Have to be careful. A lot of grit stacked up. Ulti back from Broken Blade. Gets the grit down. Decent damage, but it looks like he is likely to fall. The Super Blast Cone with Supa there to follow. A shutdown. Perhaps the start of something for MKOI.
They need to get everything they can, but look at the mid, look at the top. They need to now move back to try and defend, but I think G2 are willing to call this bluff. A Dragon, they're just going to take the towers.
I mean, at the very least, it's something for MKOI. Getting that gold into Supa's pockets, denying the soul away from G2, getting the bounty on the bot tower as well. We'll see if they can find that same punish onto G2 in this match. TP's coming through. I wonder if the Baron Force is finally going to come through from G2.
Oh, that trap line. No vision, no setup, no flanking ward angles.
And here we go, the moment of truth.
It's so hard. This game feels impossible to play if you give this Baron up. They have a Caitlyn. Weathering the siege will be a tall task. Jojo Pune has to face check. 2K getting lower. G2 take the Baron. Koi trying to sprint out as quickly as they can. Jojo Pune, the ace in the hole. Elio is going to body bot. Quick flash back from Jojo to stay standing as G2 just keep the pressure on.
They have the members to keep this wave from getting to the tower, or maybe not.
Weaver's Wall comes in from Caps. Keeps Hansama safe so he can start to auto this tower. So much damage going in as Elio flashes in. Ulti back coming in from Broken Window, and it's Elio who's been caught out. Alvaro! 4 members, but the follow-up damage is just not there. He finally found the engage, but it's too damn late. MKOI getting run down in their base. G2, again, unrelenting, poised to take the series.
G2 still have a wave, and there's only 3 members of MKOI left to hold against the onslaught.
G2 pushing in, closing out. Supa not enough in the face of this lineup with a 10K gold lead. A perfect 3-0-2 finals. They fell flat, but in Summer, it is resilience. It is redemption as G2 return to the top of the LEC. Well earned by G2, no question of who was the better team on the day. 2025 for LEC has all about who shows up when it matters most. Today, that was G2 Esports.
Holding that trophy. This is the 4th finals that he has been to. It has been a Yoy who's denied him before, but him with the rest of the team stepped up massively today.
G2 putting Skumon and LeBron at the forefront of the trophy lift. The roster changes that they made